Hey everybody, welcome to a more serious kind of video, because in this one I want to talk about an issue I've been having with streams. And no, OBS isn't broken, everything's fine on that front. My issue is in fact with the community that is in the streams. Now, most people are okay, but there are the select few people who do ruin the chat for everybody else by spewing their shitposty toxic rubbish in the chat, basically saying things that nobody can interact with. I don't even know if they're human, you know? For all I know, they could be set to say these things, and it's ridiculous at this point. Some people in my chat, I don't even know how many brain cells they have, because they just shitpost. But everybody else is fine. That's the thing. I want to create an atmosphere where everybody feels, you know, welcomed, everybody wants to involve themselves and things like that, because I've had people say to me that they don't turn up to my streams purely because the chat is cancer. Now, yeah, I do kind of agree with that. There are certain people in the chat who are literally cancer. It does need to stop, this ridiculous intoxication in the chat. It does need to come to an end. So I thought I'd make this video to sort of let you know where I stand on it and what it's going to be, especially to moderators who can, you know, then weave out the these disruptive people. And that is that, you know, I want to be harsher on them, you know, because at this point it's really ruining the experience for everybody else. So here's how it's going to be from now on. If somebody comes in and is toxic, they're going to get timed out as a warning. If they come back and say either you can't stop me, blah 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 blah, or otherwise continue to be toxic, banned. You know, simple as that. And if they come back on alts, ban them. It's quite simple really at this point. I feel as if that's how I should tackle it and how the moderator should tackle it. And this is also a video that I want to talk to everybody, because I want to talk to everybody about this, because I want people to understand where this is coming from, and I don't want to say it to moderators behind everybody's back just so that the moderators know and nobody else is any wiser, you know. I want to give people the chance to be pleasant and interact with the chat. I don't want to make it banned, you know. I want to be harsh on the people who continue to do this, but I do at the same time want to be pleasant in, you know, the sense that I just want to give everybody the chance to sort themselves out, as it were. But, you know, hope's quite lost for some of these people. But most people who turn up to the streams are okay, you know, they're quite pleasant. They say things that are relevant, they talk about other things. People often ask me about Assassin's Creed even if I'm not even playing it. Fair enough, I'm not fussed, but it's just the people who are incredibly toxic and say a load of ridiculous things that nobody cares about because nobody can interact with it. You know, you're like, you know, stupid things like stupid offensive jokes that nobody finds funny, continuous bothering the moderators. That's probably one of them. Actually, I have seen people get bothered by this, especially moderators and other viewers. And the moment it seems as if you're going to start ruining the experience for everybody, that's when action needs to be taken. And if you're shit posting in the chat, that's pretty much immediately. So at this point, I feel as if the only way to fix the chat, to set it straight, to get the chat back to how I want it to be, in the pleasant state of like a community atmosphere, is to weed out the people who are disrupting the chat, the disruptive people who come in and shitpost and say a load of stupid things. Like, I don't want to be harsh, I don't enjoy being harsh, I understand that streams are a place to enjoy yourself and have fun, but there's a difference between having fun and having fun while ruining somebody else's fun. Like, the having fun that's acceptable doesn't involve ruining anybody else's fun by shitposting in the chat and creating a negative atmosphere, or at least killing the atmosphere completely, and then there's nothing. Listen, leave killing things to me, that's what I do, you know, I want to kill things. So yeah, this was just a small little video to talk about that, because I feel as if at this point the chat needs to be addressed. We need to get that atmosphere weeded out and get the atmosphere back, like the proper atmosphere we want, and get rid of this toxic atmosphere, because I know people don't turn up to my streams because of the chat. I have said that, I think, and it makes me sad that people don't turn up to the chat, sorry, don't turn up to the streams because the chat is too much for them. And I mean, okay, fair enough to them. I have no problem with them because they don't want to turn up to the stream because the chat's too much, because I agree with them, the chat is too much, it's gotten too far at this point, and now I'm addressing this and we're going to start weeding them out. So it's going to be heavier only on this sort of cancerous thing. The rules are still common sense, you know, like I'm not going to apply loads of rules. The rules are still common sense. Don't be a dick, don't self-advertise, and, you know, now don't be toxic. That's literally it. Also, don't bugger with the moderators. The moderators, they'll fuck you up. They're nice, they're lovely actually. Don't worry about the moderators, they're okay. So yeah, I think that this is how it should be approached at this point. Just complete hard on these toxic individuals. And if you turn up to the streams, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to say, if you're watching this, you know who you are, because chances are they probably aren't watching this. But they turn up to the streams and they're quite toxic, and you know, you'll know what I mean when you see it in the chat. And if you're a moderator, please, if you see this in the chat at any point, follow the timeout. You know, if they come back and they continue, ban, come back on alts, ban. You know, essentially how it should be. I'm not taking any shit at this point. You know, because I want to have a nice community, a nice pleasant environment for everybody to feel welcomed and feel like it's a good interactive experience between viewer and content creator. And I can't do that when the chat is filled up with swastikas and things like that. I can't do it when that's going on, you know. If possible, I would like to save my chat, and this is the only way I know how, which is by going harder on those who are ruining it. So hopefully you all understand where I'm coming from when I say that the chat needs to be forced to be less cancer at this point. But I mean, if you're not a shit posting maniac that just goes in there to ruin the experience, or just goes in there to otherwise disrupt the chat and get a response and just say outrageous things just because you can, then you're fine. As long as you don't do that, I don't have a problem with you. Like I said, the rules are still common sense. That's how it's always been. I've always had that thought, like, you know, common sense, that's the rule. Don't be a dick. Don't shitpost, basically. And most important, or least importantly actually, don't self-advertise. So there you have it, everybody. Just a little video sort of expressing my thoughts about it. This video was twice as long as I expected it to be, but you know, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to, well, if you enjoy, that would be really strange. Hope you understand where I'm coming from with all this. You know, this needs to be addressed and things like that. I mean, hopefully you all understand that everything that I'm going on about, and especially, you know, those who turn up to the streams. I do want the streams to have a good atmosphere, and I'm doing this for the viewers who are actually there to enjoy the stream, not those who are there to shitpost in the chat, you know. I want the viewers who are there to enjoy the stream to have the best experience possible. This is how I'm going to do it. So I hope you understand that. Be sure to go ahead and leave a like on this video, because I still have an ego to boost. And hit subscribe, because, you know, you can always do that if you want, because, I mean, it's not going to hurt you if you haven't already. Oh, and share this video with all your friends and any viewers who, you know, who watch the streams, you know, please. If you could share this video about, it would help us out, getting the message across clearer. And let me know what you think about it all down below. I want you guys to, you know, get involved even still. Thank you for watching and all, but I'll see you all very soon.